From humanoids staring through the dark to Bigfoots caught on infrared cameras, here are bizarre creatures going viral right now. A man named Jake had been working in the woods, and every time he went in, he would hear strange sounds. However, he never saw anything suspicious. So one day, he decided to go into the woods with his infrared camera to see what was happening, and this is what he ended up capturing. What looked like a scary figure resembling a human and walking like one too was captured on camera, and it surely wasn't Jake since he looked like this on his own camera. But there was one thing: the figure looked different in different clips. In one, it looked like a Bigfoot, and in the other one, it looked like something else entirely. And this had people wondering, was it? Some viewers thought the first figure resembled Bigfoot because it appeared to be covered in what looked like fur, but in the other clip, what appeared was slightly thinner and moved eerily like a human. This led many to believe it wasn't a Bigfoot at all, but something far more terrifying. Possibly a skinwalker or even a rake. Skinwalkers, according to Native American legend, are shapeshifters that can take the form of any animal or human they desire, and that might explain why the figure didn't look the same twice. Others suggested that the pale, crawling version looked more like the rake, a modern urban legend tied to sleep paralysis and woodland sightings. The rake is known for stalking from the shadows, watching, waiting, and sometimes following people home. But whatever it was, it scared Jake so much that he never went to the woods again. On June 16, 2024, a picture was uploaded on Facebook with the title, "Do all Bigfoot species have very long arms?" What it featured was this. It was a huge figure covered in fur with unusually long arms, and that's what caught everyone's attention. Some said their thighs have human dimensions, but their shins are somewhat short, as on a Neanderthal, so their arms hang lower than on a human. But was it really some new kind of Bigfoot with these long arms? Because before this, many hadn't actually laid eyes on this kind. From Patterson Bigfoot to Ohio sightings, all had shorter arms, and none of them were this thin either. So then what was this? The entire build is off. It's thinner, more upright, and those long arms almost look unnatural, which makes you wonder, maybe it wasn't a Bigfoot at all. In 2021, a man decided to go live from his home. Everything seemed normal until it wasn't. While streaming, he turned his camera toward the woods outside his house. Nothing unusual at first, but as he zoomed in, something flashed across the screen. It lasted less than a second, but viewers immediately noticed it. A blurry, smoky figure darting from left to right, moving unnaturally fast. It had the stride of a large bird, almost like a flamingo or ostrich, but its body? Translucent, shadowy, hard to explain. People watching the clip back frame by frame weren't sure what to make of it. One commenter said, "Its form is hard to discern, and it seems slightly transparent. Or maybe it just looks like that because it's underneath the light and some camera glare is happening. But whatever the case, I cannot make any guesses." Another said, "When you go frame by frame, it looks like a massive ostrich or emu." But then it got creepier. Someone slowed the clip down and stabilized it, and it didn't help. If anything, the creature started looking less like an animal and more like something otherworldly. And that just got people more scared of what might be lurking in Florida. It looks extraterrestrial. It looks like a rake, to be honest. The person who saw it even said it had pinkish skin, not fur. And that's where things start connecting. Because if this wasn't a bird or just a glitch, what else runs like that, is fast, and looks slightly transparent under light? Uploaded on X, this video had many people shocked and others wondering why the uploader even went to that place. The man who recorded the video had been exploring around a tunnel late at night with his friend, not realizing that something disturbing was waiting to happen right at the end of the tunnel.
Hello?
A figure which looked like a human, peeked out from the side only to go back in a second. But it wasn't just one time it happened, 2 or 3 times before the video cut off.
Hello? Oh my god, no!
Now, the first thought that comes to mind is that it could be just a boy messing around with others, but that's exactly where it gets more scary. If we zoom into the figure, it is clear that it does have a face, arms, and body like a human, but it does not have any facial features. No eyes, no mouth, nothing. It was just a blank face staring straight out of the dark. And that's what had everyone disturbed, because if it was just some kid messing around, why no face? Why appear multiple times and then vanish back into the shadows without saying a word? Some people even brought up a real-life legend, Charlie No Face, also known as the Green Man. Charlie was a man named Raymond Robinson who suffered a tragic electrical accident as a child, which left him severely disfigured. For years, people in Pennsylvania would spot him walking along a quiet road at night. And over time, the real man turned into an urban legend, a faceless ghost wandering the roads. Now, while Charlie No Face was a real person, sightings like this bring back the fear behind the myth. Because what if some legends don't just fade away? What if they evolve? Alaska has been a hub of mysterious vanishings and weird sightings, and when a man was out at night along with his German Shepherd, he had a similar sighting as well. Needless to say, the dog had sensed it way before the man saw it.
What are you barking at? Holy crap!
The dog was clearly sensing something dangerous, and the man realized this when he laid his eyes on the gray humanoid figure standing very close to him, very still. It was a slim and tall creature, and it did not take people too long to consider this an alien. But was it really? Sure, the figure had that classic gray alien silhouette, thin limbs, tall frame, an unnatural stillness, but there was something off. It wasn't just the way it looked, it was the way it stood, motionless, watching, almost like it was waiting for something. And that theory only gets stronger when you look at what's been happening around Alaska lately. In the past few years, UFO sightings in Alaska have surged, from unidentified objects tracked by military radar to fast-moving crafts seen by commercial pilots. Alaskan airspace has become a UFO hotspot. And what's interesting is these sightings often align with remote, heavily forested areas, the same kind of wilderness where this humanoid was spotted. In 2019, a woman decided to run a 100-mile ultra-marathon through the Hawaiian rainforest. She wasn't alone. Her friend Cassie was running that 4th lap with her, taking live photos along the way. But it wasn't until after the race, while going through pictures, that they noticed this: a dark, cloaked figure moving past Kay in one of the frames. Neither of them remembered seeing anyone else on that strip of trail. And the weird part? There was no one there. Cassie had her full awareness. Kay, though experienced, said she was in pain, intense pain. And then came the legend. After showing the photo to locals, they were told it might have been a night marcher. According to tradition, they would travel at night, leading sacred processions for high-ranking chiefs, and if a mortal saw them, or worse, looked them in the eye, they were marked for death. The only way to survive, as the legends say, is to lie face down in the dirt, showing submission. Kay said she and Cassie were lucky they didn't see the figure at the moment. But still, her unexplained pain, the photograph, the exact location, it all lines up. Late one night, a trail cam caught something strange wandering through someone's backyard. The creature had skinny legs, patchy skin, no fur on its tail, and an almost skeletal face which, of course, had the uploader believe he had just captured a chupacabra. If you don't know what that is, the chupacabra, or goatsucker is a legendary cryptid from Latin American folklore, known for draining livestock of their blood, especially goats. It first made headlines in Puerto Rico in the 1990s and has since been spotted across the Americas, but not everyone was convinced. For some, it was yote with mange, and for others, looks like a red fox with mange. It could have lost its tail from something else. Red foxes and coyotes can both look similar under night vision, and if you factor in mange, then it's very possible that these pictures could be one of them. Mange causes severe hair loss, making their bodies look thinner, tails disappear, and their skin almost alien-like. In low light, with motion blur and infrared distortion, a sick fox or coyote could easily be mistaken for something far more terrifying. But here's where it gets even weirder. On another Reddit post, a different creature was caught on camera. This time it looked even stranger, with a thin body, weird legs, and the head didn't look like a normal dog or coyote, and it was all over the news as well. And just like the previous sighting, this had people linking it directly to the chupacabra. So maybe it's just wild animals with a disease, but maybe there's more to the legend of the chupacabra than people want to believe. Because the truth is, whether it's real or not, the fear it causes, that's real enough. Back in 2009, northern Minnesota made headlines for something eerie. A hunter was walking through the woods in Itasca County, Minnesota, when he suddenly spotted something strange. This is what he captured. It was huge, dark, and walking upright. And according to him, it wasn't a bear. What the man saw left him shaken so much so that he filed a formal report with the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, or BFRO, one of the most well-known Bigfoot tracking networks in the US. And what makes this case even more interesting is that Minnesota isn't new to Bigfoot sightings. In fact, Minnesota has racked up over 60 reported sightings of Sasquatch, according to BFRO. Most of them come from dense forest-heavy regions like Itasca, Cass, and St. Louis County, places with plenty of cover, wildlife, and miles of uninhabited land. And it makes sense the area has long been associated with strange sounds in the woods, unexplainable tracks, and reports of something tall, hairy, and fast disappearing into the trees. But some locals aren't so convinced. Critics say the hunter may have seen a bear walking on two legs or misjudged something due to lighting and distance. Others think it could have been a hoax, but then again, not every encounter ends with proof. The Minnesota Sasquatch has become somewhat of a local legend. In some towns, it's treated like folklore, a campfire story. In others, it's treated a little more seriously. Some hunters have even reported hearing tree knocks or strange howls echoing through the woods, sounds not linked to any local wildlife. In 2016, a trail camera in Michigan's Upper Peninsula picked up something that has kept people talking ever since. What it shows is a tall, dark figure hunched over, far off in the background of the shot. It looks bulky, humanoid, and covered in fur, exactly what many believe Bigfoot would look like. The trail cam was set up by an Eagle researcher in the Upper Peninsula, and the photo sparked huge debate online and in the news. Some people believe this is real evidence of Bigfoot roaming the remote forests of Michigan. The figure's size, posture, and stride all line up with classic Bigfoot reports. According to a follow-up report, the driver was an experienced hunter who described the figure as thick and wide and all black. He knew it wasn't a bear because he figured once it started moving, especially when it went into the ditch, it should have gone down on all fours. But others think it might just be a person walking in the woods, or even a trick of the camera angle and lighting. So, was this a hiker caught at just the right moment, or another glimpse of something much more mysterious hiding in plain sight? In a post uploaded to Reddit, something strange was caught on a trail camera deep in the woods. According to the uploader, the camera had been placed to monitor wildlife until one night, something reached out to touch it. The still from the trail cam shows a large, human-like hand, thick fingers, wide palm, reaching straight toward the infrared light. The strange part? It doesn't look like a bear's paw or any known animal in the area. It's too large and shaped too much like a human hand, but not quite. And if this is Bigfoot, it lines up with a lot of other reports where the creature is known to avoid cameras, or at least become aware of them. Many believe Bigfoot can sense infrared, and this image may be more proof that they don't like being watched. So what do you think? Is this just a raccoon up close, or did a legend just leave a fingerprint? In May 2025, a new Bigfoot sighting came out of Sutton Lake, West Virginia, and it wasn't just a one-time thing. The picture shows a large, upright figure walking through the trees near the lake, covered in dark hair, broad-shouldered, and bulky. It fits the description of Bigfoot almost too well. But what makes this one even more interesting is that it didn't come out of nowhere. According to the rumors, Bigfoot have been circulating for many years and have even inspired the creation of the West Virginia Bigfoot Museum, located in downtown Sutton. People have reported strange howls and even seeing large footprints in the mud going back decades. A Reddit user posted this photo, allegedly taken by a friend in West Virginia, showing a massive footprint in the mud, far larger than any human foot. The toe structure, depth, and spacing all seemed off. Too big, too wide. And if that wasn't enough, people have recorded strange sounds deep in the forests. These high-pitched sounds and distant growls have no known source. Many who live near the area say they've heard these sounds, and they don't match any animal they know. Then there's this post. Even though it's just a photo, it's got everything people look for in a sighting. Unclear features, a brownish silhouette, and just enough fur on its body to get people debating. Locals say Bigfoot has been around these woods for generations, and all this new evidence is just the latest in a long line of encounters. And with Sutton Lake being surrounded by thick forests and miles of remote terrain, it's exactly the kind of place where a creature could stay hidden. Sometimes, trail cams catch more than just deer or raccoons, and this one left even the experts scratching their heads. In October 2024, a night vision camera at Bristol Zoo Project's Bearwood habitat in the UK captured something no one expected. The photo shows a strange four-legged creature with what looks like wings and a horn on its head. It almost resembles a deer, but with wings coming out of its back. It looked too bizarre to be real, but there it was. The zoo experts at Bristol couldn't figure it out either. In fact, they were so confused that they uploaded the image to the internet and asked the public for help. And then people had all kind of guesses. For many, it was some kind of a camera issue due to the movement of the head of the animal. That's possible. Trail cams can distort fast-moving animals, especially in low light, but others weren't so sure. Some viewers pointed out that the wings and shape didn't match any known species, and that's where the theories got more bizarre. Some users said it reminded them of chupacabra sightings. Others suggested this might be a new or undocumented species, possibly one adapted to the deep woods and only caught by accident thanks to the infrared camera. Until we get a clearer shot or another sighting, this thing stays what it is, unexplained. What you just saw was originally posted on TikTok, and it's been freaking people out ever since. In the clip, you see this disturbing humanoid creature slowly crawling toward the camera, and trust me, it's the stuff of nightmares. The creature has hair covering most of its body, except for its completely bald head, making it even more unsettling. But what really gets me are its eyes. Those eyes aren't just looking at you. They feel like they're piercing straight into your soul. The face gives off this sinister, almost evil vibe, like it knows something we don't. Some people are speculating that it might be a Bigfoot. But my God, if they look like this, no wonder they've been hiding from cameras for so long. Whatever this thing is, it's enough to make anyone want to double-check their windows at night. When it comes to cryptids, The list is endless. Fairies, baby dragons, Bigfoot, you name it. But there's one creature that always stands out. One that feels disturbingly close to reality. Werewolves. And what makes it even creepier is that there's evidence suggesting they may have once roamed among us, just like this preserved body, for example. Isn't this terrifying? The image you're looking at comes from the internet and appears to show what looks like the preserved body of a werewolf. In these 3 photos, we see a truly fearsome, predator-like creature with a savage wolf's head. It has long, pointy ears, an elongated snout filled with sharp, thick teeth, and enormous eye sockets that give it an even more menacing look. At first, it resembles a wolf, until you notice the body. This thing has a human-like torso, complete with 2 arms, a ribcage like ours, and it's standing upright, just like a person. Honestly, it looks like something straight out of a science fiction werewolf warrior scene. Wolves on their own are already intimidating, but picture one with human legs and even more ferocious teeth. That's nightmare fuel. It's often said that witchcraft is very real, and that people still practice it in hidden corners of the world. This next video captures what might just be a glimpse into that dark, mystical realm, capturing a supposed witch caught in the middle of something truly bizarre. This footage was taken by a local villager during a late-night round, and he was completely unsettled by what he witnessed. In the video, you can see an old woman hunched over in an almost unnatural posture, doing something strange on the ground. She looks human enough, but there's this unmistakable, sinister vibe surrounding her. It's hard to shake the feeling that something dark is at play. She's holding a white piece of paper, and she's licking it. Her other hand is caked in mud, as if she's been digging or performing some kind of ritual. It honestly feels like we've just stumbled upon her in the middle of some witchcraft ceremony. Now sure, if we take a skeptical look, maybe she's dealing with some mental health issues, or perhaps she's under the influence of something. But the way she moves, the way she seems to know what she's doing, it's hard not to believe she's deep into some dark magic or voodoo ritual. Old times, for some, they're a source of fascination, nostalgic even, but for others, they conjure up terrifying nightmares of the monstrous beasts that once roamed the earth. And just when I thought I could shake that fear, we get a video that suggests one of those ancient monsters might still be lurking, alive. This video was taken aboard a fishing ship, where the crew had gathered around what should have been a big catch. But this isn't just a big catch. It's a monster. In the clip, you can see them pulling up what looks like a colossal, eel-like sea creature, complete with razor-sharp predatory teeth that scream "stay away." The sheer size of this beast is mind-blowing. You can see it towering over the crew members standing next to it, making them look small in comparison. It's like something straight out of a nightmare, and people who've seen the video are already losing their minds, claiming it could be a sea serpent from a lost world. Of course, not everyone's buying into the monster hype. Some skeptics are calling it out as an AI-generated hoax, which, let's be real, could totally be the case in today's world of deepfakes. But regardless of what's real or fake, this video has cranked up my fear of the ocean by a factor of 100. Whatever that thing is, I'm staying as far away from the deep sea as possible. When it comes to the sea, I would say one of the most dangerous jobs. hands down, has to be fishing. And if you're doing it on a jangada, well, you're practically asking for trouble. This video proves just how quickly things can go wrong.
A gente já tirou, fizemos uma ruminha pra ali. E é isso aí, pessoal. Tá aqui, estamos descendo aqui a deriva. Tem uns parceiros aí.
The footage you just watched comes from a group of fishermen out on a jangada boat off the northeast coast of Brazil. In the video, you can see their small boat almost submerged, with the crew desperately trying to keep themselves above water. But the real horror kicks in when the camera pans around, revealing a chilling sight. It's just all ocean. No other boats, no land, nothing but endless water. These guys are stranded, completely isolated in the middle of the sea, and the tension in the air is palpable. Imagine being in their shoes, surrounded by the vast emptiness of the ocean, knowing that one wrong move could spell disaster. It's the kind of situation that would make anyone's heart race. Thankfully, I think these fishermen managed to get help. After all, someone had to upload this video, right? Still, the whole thing is a terrifying reminder of just how dangerous the open sea can be. Imagine a massive rock, the size of a truck, hurtling straight toward you. What's your first move? Obviously, you jump out of the way, right? Well, not these hikers. They just stood there, watching, as if they were front row at a live-action thriller. That was way too close for comfort. This clip comes from a group of hikers who were out enjoying a nice hike when suddenly they spotted a giant boulder breaking loose from the nearby mountain. And when I say giant, I mean huge. In the video, you can see this enormous rock plummeting down at breakneck speed, heading straight for them. But here's the crazy part. These guys just stand there, gawking at it like it's some new blockbuster movie. The rock was speeding towards them, and only when it got dangerously close did they realize they were in serious trouble. Panic set in, and they scrambled to get out of the way, narrowly dodging the boulder by the smallest of margins. Honestly, this might be one of the slowest reactions I've ever seen. Or maybe just the dumbest. Either way, I bet these hikers learned their lesson and won't be caught hesitating like that again. We've all witnessed some pretty unfortunate situations in our lives, but none can compare to this poor car owner who parked his vehicle only to have luck decide it was time for a reverse car wash. In this wild video, we see how even a seemingly safe parking spot can turn into a nightmare. The scene unfolds in a bustling parking lot where multiple cars are parked peacefully, until one unlucky vehicle becomes the target of a torrent of muddy water pouring down from a broken pipe. It's like a waterfall of filth crashing down. This mess happened because someone accidentally struck a water pipe, causing it to burst wide open, and now another car owner is left to deal with the fallout. Honestly, after seeing this, I think I'll double check my parking spot from now on. Who knew a day out could turn into a watery disaster? Growing up, the character of Tarzan really fascinated us, especially his incredible ability to communicate with animals. This next video showcases a real-life Tarzan who seems to master that skill perfectly.
I just saw one.
Amazing, right? This video features a hunter proudly displaying his rather unusual talent. We see him sitting comfortably in his seat, hands cupped around his mouth, and then he emits a remarkably loud sound that mimics a coyote's call. To our astonishment, The coyotes respond. We can hear their howls echoing back from all around the forest, creating a captivating symphony of wildlife. It almost feels like a scene straight out of a Tarzan movie. Now, I can't help but wonder, what would happen if he tried calling tigers? This next video hails from Russia, where a man claims to have captured what could be evidence of alien life on Earth. In the video he uploaded to YouTube, we see a peculiar black rock-like object lying on the ground. This strange formation has a burnt texture and an irregular shape, but that's not even the weirdest part. As the video progresses, a small white serpent-like creature suddenly emerges from this object, peeking out for a few seconds before retreating back inside. This creature has 2 tiny eyes and looks strikingly like a newborn. The whole scene raises eyebrows and sparks the imagination. Could this be an alien egg, with the creature just popping out of it? It certainly feels like solid proof of extraterrestrial presence on our planet. This bizarre encounter leaves us wondering, what else might be hiding in the unexplored corners of our world? If we spot something strange on the ground, we can go investigate it ourselves. But in the sky, that's a whole other territory we can only witness from down here. Like in this video, for instance.
Ahí, sí, se ven. Al final, estoy grabando uno. Hostia, qué puta pasada, ¿qué coño es eso? Hermano.
What was that? This video was uploaded on YouTube, and the channel owner claims to have captured evidence of an unknown flying object. In the footage, you can see a stunning rainbow stretching across the sky. But that's not the main focus here. As the cameraman zooms in, a group of bizarre lights flickers in the background. These lights are zipping through the sky at lightning speed, and as they pass by the rainbow, they scatter in all directions, leaving viewers perplexed. The cameraman was initially just recording the beautiful rainbow, completely caught off guard by this unexpected spectacle. What could those lights be? There's a slight chance they might be drones, but who in their right mind would fly drones through those dark, rainy clouds? It's a mystery that leaves us questioning everything we think we know about what's up there. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. This next video gives us another glimpse into the unknown, this time with a whole new shape and size that's bound to catch your eye. This video was recorded by a driver on their usual commute to work. But what they caught on camera was far from ordinary. In the footage, you can see an upside-down triangle hovering eerily above a mountain. The object is gritty in texture and seems to just float there, casually lurking in the sky. Now, the video was shot from a distance, so we don't get a close-up view. But even from afar, you can tell this thing looks pretty solid. Almost like it's some kind of spacecraft structure. If it's an unknown flying object, it's certainly up to something strange. Then again, who's to say it's not just a uniquely shaped air balloon floating by? Whatever it is, it sure looks peculiar from the driver's perspective. We've all had that unsettling feeling at night, like something or someone is watching us from the dark corners. Usually, we brush it off as just our imagination. But after seeing this next video, you might start to wonder if it's more than just your mind playing tricks on you.
Es que allá nosotros vemos algo. Se alcanzan a ver, pero no hay algo. No nos queremos acercar, pero se ve muy negro. ¡No te pases!
This eerie footage comes from a group of friends playing a casual game of flip the bottle on the street at night. From the start, you can sense a nervous vibe among the girls as they laugh and play. Then, one of them spots something behind them that immediately heightens the tension. They keep playing, but it's clear whatever or whoever was behind them was enough to make them uneasy. Eventually, they pan the camera towards where they saw it, and that's when things get downright terrifying. There, in the darkness, stands a shadowy figure. It's humanoid, barely visible, just standing there, watching them. One of the girls notices it moving, and that's when they lose it. Screams fill the air as they run away in sheer panic. Honestly, it feels like something straight out of a horror movie. I can't help but wonder what that figure really was. But one thing's for sure, those girls won't be playing on the street at night again anytime soon. And after watching this, neither would I. A homeowner returned after a while away, only to find things at home feeling a bit off. Naturally, he checked his security camera footage, and what he discovered was nothing short of bizarre. This chilling video from the home security camera shows a view of the front yard as the owner was away. As the footage rolls, something strange wanders into frame, moving behind the counter where the camera is mounted. At first glance, it looks like some kind of tail, a stray animal perhaps, a pet wandering around. But here's where it gets weird. There are no pets. The homeowner doesn't own any animals, and every door and window in the house was securely closed. The door visible in the frame looks like it could have been open, but it's actually clear glass, and yes, it was also shut tight. There's no way for any creature to have gotten inside. After the homeowner did a thorough search of the house, he found absolutely nothing. This bizarre, unknown visitor has left everyone scratching their heads and has become a sensation on the internet ever since. What could it have been? The mystery lingers on, fueling countless theories and discussions. As vast as our land is, the ocean harbors secrets beyond imagination, mysteries lurking in its depths, waiting to be uncovered. One such strange creature was recently captured by a group of fishermen in Thailand, and it looks utterly bizarre. What you just witnessed was filmed by a fishing boat during a routine outing. In the footage, a slimy, amorphous mass wriggles on the deck, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen. This peculiar blob seems to be made up of individual bodies fused together, forming a grotesque clump. And if that wasn't unsettling enough, you can spot black dots scattered across its surface, which look eerily like the eyes of these creatures peering out from within. If this thing were just lying still, it might not seem so alarming. But the fact that it's moving, what could it be? Is it a creature from another world, or something that resides in the mysterious depths of our mighty ocean? The possibilities are as vast as the sea itself, and the sheer strangeness of it all leaves us both fascinated and unnerved. There are countless unknown flying objects, citing videos online, showing them in all sorts of shapes and sizes. But this particular one reveals a totally different side of these events.
Yeah, but if the vast amount of...
What was that? This video comes from an apartment owner who later uploaded it on Reddit, claiming to have captured an unknown flying object in action. In the footage, you can see 3 black sphere-like objects hovering in the sky. What makes this sighting stand out is how these objects form a perfect triangle. Now, before your mind jumps to the usual explanation, balloons, they're not. These spheres are rotating around each other in a strange, synchronized dance, completely unaffected by the wind, which would have easily moved balloons around. According to the person who filmed it, these objects weren't just flying weirdly. They were flickering in and out of visibility, almost like they were glitching in the sky, not reflecting sunlight like Mylar balloons would. It's eerie. Now, if you ask me, there's a slim chance these could be drones. But I've never seen drones pull off a stunt like this. What do you think? Are we looking at something out of this world, or is there a more grounded explanation? If you have thalassophobia, the fear of the sea, then this next clip is practically ripped straight from your worst nightmares. I mean, seriously, this is pure nightmare fuel. The video, originally from TikTok, shows a car driving along what seems like a perfectly normal, cozy highway. Until things take a terrifying turn. As the car drives ahead, it becomes clear that the road is cutting right through a raging sea. The waves are violently crashing against the roadside barriers, and it feels like at any moment those waves could leap over, engulf the road, and sweep the cars away into the abyss. It's honestly spine-chilling just watching it. You can almost imagine one wrong move, and everything could be swept away in an instant. Now here's the real question. Would you dare drive on this road for $1,000? As for me, nope, no way. Nature is a wild, complex web of connections, and this proves it. This clip comes from Shenyang, China, and it looks like these fish are throwing an underwater rave. In the video, you can see them leaping out of the water in a bizarre, synchronized dance. We're talking feet in the air, as if they're trying to escape the storm above. It's like a fisherman's dream come true. Fish practically jumping into your net. So, why is this happening? Well, it's all thanks to this massive rainstorm. Shenyang's biggest in 73 years. The rain is likely coming down with such vibration and frequency that it prompts these fish to jump. Why does that specific frequency trigger this reaction? Honestly, I have no idea. But it's interesting to note that this behavior also occurs when boats cruise through lakes or rivers filled with Asian carp, so there's something to it. Whatever the reason behind it, these fish sure seem like they're having a blast. Have you heard about the so-called Mickey Mouse shark that a group of fishermen stumbled upon in Japan? What am I talking about? Well, you'll want to see this for yourself. This isn't some wild Disney spin-off. It's an actual catch by a fishing crew. In the video, you can see them reeling in a shark that looks like it swam straight out of a cartoon. Seriously, this shark has big ears that could rival Mickey Mouse's and a wide, cheeky grin on its face. Those googly eyes are also spot on. It's honestly quite strange, and it's said to be some kind of rare species recently discovered. But don't worry. This Mickey Mouse shark isn't hunting you down in the ocean. It's likely just a creation gone a little haywire. You can even spot the distorted expressions on the fishermen's faces as he tries to piece together the scene. For some, nighttime offers a peaceful escape from the exhaustion of the day, while for others, it brings an unsettling sense of dread, not just because of the darkness, but because of what might be lurking within it. This video offers a chilling glimpse into that eerie world. Captured by an unknown individual, this video surfaced online, showcasing something truly spine-tingling, a nightcrawler. In the footage, the cameraman appears to be wandering through a dense forest, searching for something, and then suddenly, he finds it. A figure emerges, peeking from behind a tree. This figure is utterly horrifying, possessing a humanoid shape, but the scariest part, it's staring directly into the camera, as if it had been waiting for the cameraman's arrival. This lurking cryptid is enough to send chills down your spine. But I can't help but wonder, what on earth was this man doing in such a creepy place in the first place? Our technology keeps advancing at a rapid pace, but I never thought it would be able to capture real-life ghosts like this. What you just saw comes from the Apple Vision Pro, showcasing what appears to be ghostly figures wandering around a kitchen. In the video, you can see a white outline of a ghost casually tiptoeing through the house. This specter has a humanoid shape and suddenly starts chasing the cameraman. But don't freak out. It's just a game simulation using the Apple Vision Pro. These ghosts are purely virtual. Let's be honest, seeing something follow you like that is pretty creepy to say the least. Just imagine if our mobile cameras could do this. We might catch glimpses of what other entities, or individuals, are living right beside us. They say if you have a strong enough bond with a loved one who has passed away, they can communicate with you from the afterlife. I didn't believe this until I stumbled upon this haunting video. Did you hear that? This video comes from a father whose daughter recently passed away, and it seems she's still trying to show her love. The footage is captured by a nanny cam, and as the father walks past his daughter's room, something incredible happens. As he passes, you can hear a faint sound saying, "I love you, Daddy." It's a high-pitched whisper that's almost imperceptible, yet it's undeniably there. When the father heard this sound in the recording afterward, he remarked that it definitely sounds like his daughter. It's truly shocking to see something like this captured on video. What are your thoughts on it? This video, uploaded to TikTok, was captured by a homeowner who kept hearing strange, unsettling noises coming from outside their kitchen. They decided to check the footage from their security camera, which was panned to face the window. At first, everything seemed normal. But then, a disturbingly creepy figure suddenly peeked through the window. This thing looked like it crawled straight out of a nightmare, with its razor-sharp teeth glinting menacingly and eyes glowing with an eerie, unnatural light. Its body was completely bare, just void of any fur. But what truly made my skin crawl was how it peered into the kitchen. If that doesn't send a shiver down your spine, I don't know what will. So next time you're up late, double check those windows. Unless, of course, you're up for inviting whatever that was over for a cup of tea. I wouldn't recommend it though. We've all seen those jaw-dropping flood videos where rushing water sweeps away cars and entire structures. But have you ever watched someone stuck inside a truck right in the middle of it? Let me tell you, it's terrifying. This next video comes from a trucker who found himself trapped in the middle of a massive flood in Black Mountain, North Carolina. The water outside is raging, an unstoppable force. But when the driver pans the camera to the inside of his truck, that's when the real horror sinks in. It's nearly full of water. The trucker is practically sitting in a pool, with water rising all the way up to the steering wheel. You can hear his heavy breathing, clearly terrified, realizing his truck might not make it through. The panic in his breathing tells you everything you need to know. This is beyond dangerous. Now, if the area was already flooded and the trucker decided to drive through it, that was a pretty reckless move. But if the flood hit him while he was on the road, then we can't really blame him for this terrifying situation. Either way, this video is a sobering reminder of nature's power and just how helpless even the mightiest vehicles can be against it. The next video I stumbled upon is making waves on the internet, featuring an intriguing old clip that many claim shows an apparition of the Virgin Mary in Vietnam.
Đầu đội khăn xanh, áo còn đang tỏa ra. Đôi đó, áo bay, đầu đội khăn xanh, thắt lưng xanh.
It's hard to believe what I just saw. This footage comes from a Vietnamese village where locals have reportedly spotted something extraordinary on a nearby mountain. In the video, a crowd has gathered in a field, all eyes fixed on a distant cliff. As the camera pans, we catch a glimpse of what's captured everyone's attention: a tall, white humanoid figure standing eerily still. This figure, draped in what looks like a flowing white cloak, radiates an unsettling presence. The crowd is visibly shocked, whispering amongst themselves, convinced that they're witnessing the apparition of the Virgin Mary. The figure remains motionless until the very end of the clip, where we catch a slight movement that sends a shiver down my spine. Now, I can't help but feel a bit skeptical. Could this all just be an elaborate prank? I mean, who would go through the trouble of dressing up like that and standing on a mountain, so far from the very people they aim to scare? What do you think? Imagine you're out on a fishing boat with your friends. What's the worst thing that could happen? Capsizing. Maybe a shark attack, right? Well, there's also this. This video, uploaded on Reddit, shows a group of friends in one of the strangest situations you could imagine on a fishing trip. As the video starts, we see all of them, and the boat, but something's odd. They're not in the boat. Instead, they're clinging to the sides of it, swimming alongside. At first they're laughing, but then the camera pans toward the boat's engine, and that's when things take a turn for the bizarre. The engine is absolutely swarmed with thousands of bees, so many that you can't even see the surface of the engine. It's like the bees have claimed it as their own personal hive, and because of this, these poor guys can't get back on the boat. It's a tense moment. But honestly, how does something like this even happen? Did the bees mistake the engine for their hive? Or maybe these guys accidentally kidnapped their queen bee? Whatever the reason, it's a pretty wild situation. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. On the night of September 21st, 2024, a man was out for a jog in the park when he spotted something strange. A weird owl perched on a nearby tree, staring straight at him. Curious, he whipped out his camera to zoom in and record it. But the moment he hit record, his heart nearly stopped. The video you just saw was captured by that man. At first glance, we see what looks like a dark, owl-like creature sitting on a tree branch. But as the camera zooms in, it becomes clear. This is no ordinary owl. The thing has a massive body, and disturbingly, it has long human-like legs. Sure, its face resembles an owl, but those branch-like hands and that twisted, bizarre torso, that's where things start to get seriously creepy. And if that wasn't enough, It's staring directly at the camera, making the whole scene even more unsettling. My guess, this might be a skinwalker trying, and failing, to disguise itself as an owl. Whatever it is though, one thing is clear. My guy, you should seriously reconsider your jogging route and timing, because that skinwalker might have its eyes set on you next. I hate dolls, man. I don't know why kids love them so much. There's something about those near-human features that's just chilling. And their eyes, they always feel like they're alive, watching. This next video is a perfect example of what I mean.
Bud!
This video comes from a home nanny cam, and it captured some seriously strange paranormal activity. The homeowner was outside sunbathing when he noticed something moving on the nanny cam feed, right behind a rocking chair. In the clip, we see the homeowner anxiously walk into the room, gripping a plastic piece in his hands like some makeshift shield. He slowly and nervously approaches the rocking chair, where two dolls are resting, staring lifelessly ahead. You can almost feel his fear as he uses the plastic to check around the chair, trying to make sure there's nothing lurking behind it. After finding nothing and feeling a bit more at ease, he turns to leave. But just as he's about to walk out, it happens. The rocking chair moves on its own with those creepy dolls still sitting in it. The moment that chair creaks, the homeowner bolts out of the room, screaming, and the video cuts off right there. I'm telling you, it's those dolls. There's no one else in the room except the owner. So who else could have rocked that chair? These dolls might just be haunted, and after seeing this, I wouldn't want them anywhere near my house. Security cameras are supposed to give us peace of mind, watching over us all the time. But in the dead of the night, sometimes they capture things that do the complete opposite. Things that leave us terrified, like this one. Did you see that? This video comes from an apartment security camera that caught something truly unsettling. A ghostly figure lingering just outside. In the footage, we get a clear view of the area in front of the main door. Everything seems normal at first, but right where the staircase ends, there it is. A figure, all white, standing completely still. It's eerily human-like, just hovering in place. But then, out of nowhere, it vanishes into thin air. The whole thing is creepy beyond words, almost like this ghostly figure was waiting for the apartment owner to step outside. As you'd expect, people who've seen this video are going wild with speculation. Some are convinced it was just a camera glitch, while others say the owner should pack up and sell that apartment immediately. Whatever the explanation, this video leaves you with one burning question. Would you want to stay there after seeing this? Growing up, we all remember the thrill of watching the Ghost Rider movie. The blazing skull, the roaring motorcycle, so fascinating and iconic. While that was pure fiction, the next video might just challenge what we think we know about reality. Could this be Ghost Rider in action? The video you just watched was uploaded on Reddit by a user who titled it the Firebike. In this eerie clip, we see a Harley Davidson engulfed in flames, yet it's still moving. There's no rider in sight. But this bike is spinning in circles as if it's possessed, the flames licking at it like something straight out of a nightmare. Also, as the bike circles, it leaves a trail of fire behind, creating a surreal spectacle that's hard to shake off. On the sidewalk, you can spot a helmet and a long-sleeved flannel jacket that looks like it might have caught fire and been yanked off in a hurry. It seems plausible that the rider, caught in this fiery chaos, jumped off just in time, leaving the throttle stuck and the bike still revving. Now, while it might not be the real Ghost Rider, the scene plays out eerily similar to how we envision it. If you squint just right, you might believe for a second that the legendary anti-hero himself is tearing up the street. Sleep paralysis, a living nightmare for so many. It's already horrifying on its own, and science reassures us it's all in our heads. But what if it's not? This next video might make you question that. This video comes from someone who regularly suffers from sleep paralysis. After one particularly terrifying night, he discovered something eerie, red handprints on his wall. As the video plays, you can see these handprints are upside down and scattered all over. They look human-like, but strangely, they're not in pairs, just single random prints. And here's the creepiest part. When he lifts a poster on the wall, another handprint is revealed beneath it. The uploader believes these prints are linked to his sleep paralysis, as they only appeared after that night. It's weird because sleep paralysis is supposed to be a trick of the mind, but this makes it feel like something could be happening for real, right in your room, while you're unable to move. When it comes to playing tricks on the mind, magicians are absolute masters. I honestly don't know how they come up with such incredible and almost unbelievable illusions, just like this one. This creepy video was filmed by a tourist who thought they were witnessing the rise of some kind of abomination. In the clip, we see a table being pushed forward by what looks like a pair of human legs, with only a torso, no upper body attached. Meanwhile, what appears to be a robotic upper half, complete with a head, is holding on top of the table, guiding it. It's a truly bizarre sight, with the legs looking human, but the upper part looking fully robotic, made of steel. The crowd around the scene looks just as confused and freaked out as you'd expect. But after doing some digging, I found out that the real trick lies in the table itself. Apparently, it's hollow and specifically designed with multiple hidden compartments to accommodate the upper half of a performer who's actually moving the whole thing. The robotic's upper body, totally fake. Even though it's just an illusion. Snakes are terrifying, no matter the species. There's just something about how they seem to stare right into your soul that chills you to the core. This video comes from TikTok, uploaded by a hiker who found himself in a tense stare-down with none other than the mighty anaconda. In the clip, we see the snake perched in a tree, completely still, eyes locked directly on the hiker below. Its unblinking gaze is fixed on him, not moving a single muscle. It's terrifying how eerily still these massive creatures can be when they're stalking their prey. If the hiker hadn't glanced up out of curiosity, he would have never known this enormous beast was lurking above, tracking his every move. Watching this felt like a scene straight out of a nightmare. And honestly, I've heard people say that if a snake looks you directly in the eyes, you shouldn't stare back. Something about it paralyzing you. Whether that's true or not, I don't want to find out. There are moments when our minds simply can't grasp the danger lurking around us until it's far too late to back off. This lady's experience truly highlights that precarious balance. This next video comes from a group of friends enjoying a trip to the river when one of them had an incredibly close encounter. In the footage, you can see a woman floating on an inflatable float, blissfully riding the gentle current. But her calm quickly turns to panic. She frantically tries to paddle away from the approaching reptile, but her efforts seem futile. What could have been a dangerous situation is surprisingly lighthearted, as she and her friends are laughing and joking about it, seemingly unfazed by the peril just inches away. Thankfully, nothing terrible happens, and the woman escapes without a scratch. But let's be real for a second. This little creature, as innocent as it may look, has the potential to take a chunk out of you in the blink of an eye. Not something you want to take light. When it comes to nature's most extraordinary creatures, the octopus tops the list. This fascinating being has brains literally in every single one of its tentacles. And let's not even get started on its incredible ability to squeeze through the tiniest of openings, just like in the video you're about to see.
He's stuck. He is not. He is just working his way through. I'm dead serious.
Oh, look at it. Look at it. It's popping. Look at that. He's popping through.
Yeah.
That's nasty. It's like...
Isn't that awesome? This footage comes from a fishing boat where the crew had caught an octopus in their net. As the octopus made its escape, they decided to record the action. In the video, you can see to everyone's amazement, this incredible creature begins to squeeze its way through. It starts by pulling its legs in, then its entire massive body. Yes, even that large head follows suit. The crew aboard is utterly fascinated, watching in awe as the octopus performs this remarkable feat. But how do they manage such a thing? The secret lies in their unique biology. Octopuses don't have bones. This absence of bones allows them to contort and compress their bodies, enabling them to escape through almost any gap. Nature is truly mind-blowing, isn't it? There's something about the night that always carries a sense of dread. While most of the world is fast asleep, it's as if the darkness invites the unknown to come out and play. And every so often, that unknown gets caught on camera, just like this eerie encounter you're about to see. This footage comes from the quiet wilderness of northern British Columbia, where a home security camera captured something bizarre creeping around in the dead of night. In the video, you can see the shadow of a figure moving along the front wall. Nothing too out of the ordinary at first, until suddenly a hand slowly slides into view, groping around as if it's searching for something. The hand inches closer, feeling its way along the wall, and then, in one chilling moment, it finds the camera. Before you can even process what's happening, the hand snaps the camera out of place, and just like that, the video cuts to black. Now, this could have been a would-be intruder trying to disable the security system, but here's where things get seriously strange. The hand had only 3 fingers, and these weren't just any fingers. They were massive, almost inhuman, like they belonged to some kind of giant. The homeowner has been left completely baffled, wondering what kind of creature decided to pay a visit to their doorstep in the dead of night. And trust me, it's not something you'd want to greet with the door wide open. Recorded and uploaded by a guy a couple of years ago, this clip had not just him, but everyone who saw it confused. According to him, he and his friends were out hiking on the mountains when they spotted a man far away descending down the hill. They saw him and thought he must be some lone hiker. However, it took them a few moments to realize that what they were seeing might not be just a human. Was that the infamous Bigfoot? There is still a chance that it could be just a human on a solo adventure. But the whole situation looks weird. What do you think? This video was uploaded years ago, when a man claimed that he had captured a ghost on his camera. It was late at night that the guy went to the spot that was famous for being haunted. At first, he recorded the old tree, with nothing spooky to see there. But as the camera shifted towards the other side, we can see a figure standing nearby with glowing eyes. It looked like a human. However, the eyes and the way it stood still the entire time showed that it was no ordinary human being. According to the man, it was a ghost who had haunted the place for hundreds of years. To me, it does look like a ghost, and I am not sure why people decide to go to haunted places in the middle. For years, we've had movies painting pictures of what aliens might look like, giving us wild depictions of otherworldly beings. But lately, that imagination has been fueled by real-life videos like this one, captured mid-air by a skydiver. Did you catch that? This video shows a skydiver peacefully floating down with their parachute when something very unexpected happens. Just as they're descending, they notice something strange hovering nearby. They quickly pan the camera towards it, and what we see is bizarre. A humanoid figure, seemingly using some kind of jetpack, flying around like it's just another day in the skies. The clip captures about 30 seconds of this mysterious figure before it cuts off. Now, if you pause and zoom in, this thing looks even stranger. Almost like one of those weird pod-shaped unknown alien spacecrafts you see all over the internet. Whatever it was, it definitely wasn't your run-of-the-mill skydiving buddy. Honestly, if I were the skydiver, I wouldn't trust that thing floating around either. We've lived on this earth for thousands of years. Who knows what kind of bizarre creatures lurk in those unexplored depths? Well, this next video might just give us a glimpse into that.
And it snapped the fucking stick!
The footage you just saw was taken by a young boy who was out on a picnic with his friend at Hollingworth Lake near Rochdale. In the video, they stumble upon a strange lifeless fish washed up on the shore. Something straight out of a nightmare. It looks similar to a pike, but far more terrifying. This fish had a ferocious look with razor-sharp teeth, about 2 inches long. The boy filming claims the creature was about 5 feet long, though in the clip, it appears more like 2 or 3 feet. The boy, acting as our brave cameraman, uses a stick to pry open the fish's massive mouth, and what we see inside is pure horror fuel. This thing had a jaw large enough to swallow your arm whole, and those teeth, sharp as razors, look like something you'd see in a deep-sea nightmare. Honestly, I hope this was the last of its kind because I can't imagine something like that roaming around in our waters. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. A man bought a guitar from a woman at a garage sale, excited to take it home and play. But the moment he started strumming, things took a turn for the weird and downright terrifying.
Every time I strum, like that, shit like that happens every time I mess with this thing. Shit like that.
In this video, the guitarist explains the strange events that unfolded after he brought the guitar home. He pans the camera towards the instrument, which looks like a vintage 80s model. Completely normal, and at first glance, everything seems fine. But the moment he starts to strum, things get bizarre. As he plays, the lamp in front of him begins flickering like something out of a horror movie. He points this out, saying this is exactly what he wanted to show us. And it doesn't stop there. The more he strums, the wilder things get. The flickering turns violent, eventually knocking over a pencil holder on his desk. It's as if something is reacting to the music. Now, what's the deal with this guitar? Is it haunted? Or is there a restless spirit in his house that can't stand the sound of his playing? One thing's for sure, there's something eerie going on with that piece. Nature's got its own ninjas, blending in with their surroundings, some for defense, some for hunting. But trust me, none of them can hold a candle to the stealth of the gharial. This video, captured at a zoo, features a crocodile that takes camouflage to a whole new level. As the clip begins, you're looking at a peaceful pond with what appears to be a large black rock sitting right in the middle. Harmless, right? But then the cameraman dips below the water and our souls nearly leave our bodies as we realize that rock is actually part of a massive crocodile. It's like this monstrous creature was lying in wait, perfectly still, like a trap set for an unsuspecting victim. Meet the gharial, one of only 2 species in the Gavialidae family. It's instantly recognizable by its long, narrow snout, which ends in a huge bulge that, from above the water, looks exactly like a harmless rock. But that's not even the scariest part. Its elongated jaws are lined with rows of razor-sharp interlocking teeth, making its appearance even more terrifying. This croc is a master of disguise. And with that toothy grin, it's clear that nature has outdone itself in creating the ultimate ambush predator. While scrolling through the depths of Twitter, I stumbled upon a video that made me send a quick prayer to the universe, begging it to be AI-generated. Because if this thing is real, honestly, I'm packing my bags and leaving Earth.
Holy
This video was uploaded on Twitter, and it completely rocked the online community. What you see is just unreal. In the clip, there's this massive humanoid face looming in the sky, seemingly formed from dark, swirling clouds. And not just any face. This thing looks angry. Now, imagine being the poor soul filming this. Clearly terrified, and just when you think it couldn't get any worse, the video ends with these eerie, inhuman screams echoing from the sky.
Holy
It's the kind of thing that gives you goosebumps, even if you're just watching it from the safety of your phone screen. Thankfully, and let's hope, this video is most likely generated. Still, whether it's fake or not, this is the kind of footage that'll keep you wide awake at night, staring out the window just in case. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. The 4 walls of our homes offer a sense of safety and security. But in the face of nature's fury, those very walls can become powerless. This video is a stark reminder of that reality. That shed is gone. This footage comes from a driver who captured the sheer force of a powerful hurricane wind on a small shed. In the video, we see the shed lifted off the ground as if it were made of feathers, only to be hurled into the air. For a split second, it floats before flipping upside down and crashing onto the road. The wind obliterates it, sending it skidding across the pavement like it is nothing more than a toy in a tempest. This video showcases the raw power of nature and reminds us that no matter how sturdy we believe our man-made structures to be, they can crumble in an instant. Nature is indeed ruthless and formidable. While scrolling through Instagram Reels at 3 in the morning, I stumbled upon a bone-chilling video featuring some kind of nocturnal forest-dwelling creatures. It made me pray to God that this was just an AI creation. Otherwise, we might be in serious trouble. This eerie video, taken under the cloak of night, reveals a hauntingly dark forest, illuminated by night vision. As the camera pans, a bizarre creature comes into view. Just when I thought it couldn't get any stranger, the creature morphs into a spine-chilling figure with a neck and a humanoid head. But that's not all. Another forest dweller appears, this one resembling a humanoid form covered in leaves and foliage, blending eerily with its surroundings. Then, just when I thought I'd seen it all, yet another humanoid forest dweller transforms into something completely alien, sporting a wolf's head. These creatures just kept coming, and each one was more terrifying than the last, with one disturbing thing in common. They all morph. It feels like this has to be the work of artificial intelligence, conjuring up various creepy prompts. But the level of realism and quality in these videos is genuinely unsettling. The more we dive into the realm of AI, the more I wonder what else it might bring to life, both awe-inspiring and horrifying. When it comes to our planet, we have solid earth, water, and then there's sand. Each of these elements brings its own set of strange phenomena, and this video captures something particularly eerie happening in the sand. In this intriguing footage from a desert, a worker stumbles upon a bizarre phenomenon that's hard to ignore. As the camera rolls, we see the sand sinking into the ground, almost like a sinkhole is forming right before our eyes. It's mesmerizing and unsettling all at once. Curiously, the cameraman tosses a couple of bricks into this strange pit, and they disappear as if they were swallowed whole. It's a sight that left me scratching my head, so I decided to do a little digging. Turns out, there are a couple of reasonable explanations for this oddity. It could be the result of a pierced pipe beneath the sand, causing excessive air pressure, or maybe it's just a natural gas leak. But honestly, that still doesn't fully explain why it's gobbling up everything in sight. To me, it feels like a scene straight out of the movie Dune. This next clip comes from a group of friends enjoying a night at the Santa Cruz boardwalk, where they thought they spotted a ghost. But when they returned an hour later, they got the shock of their lives.
No one's on there, is there? Okay, I totally saw someone with their camera.
In this eerie footage, we find ourselves under the cloak of night, with the girl group animatedly discussing their earlier sighting. As one of them pans the camera toward the double-shot ride in the distance, something astonishing happens. The ride appears to move on its own. But that's not all. Just as the camera captures this chilling scene, a faint figure can be seen sitting in one of the seats. It lingers for just a few seconds before vanishing into thin air. The girl filming, completely oblivious to the ghostly presence, only notices the ride's unexpected motion. Sure, one could chalk it up to a malfunction, or maybe even a dry run, but how on earth can anyone explain that mysterious figure on the seat that just vanished? It's enough to send shivers down your spine. Strange indeed. Trail cameras are absolutely fascinating, offering a glimpse into places we can't always be. But sometimes they capture sights that are both chilling and terrifying, just like in this video. What in the world is that? This footage, recorded by a trail camera, reveals a small four-legged creature casually strolling across the frame. At first glance, it looks somewhat ordinary, maybe even like a fox. But when you pause the video at just the right moment to catch its face, everything changes. In that moment, it transforms into something nightmarish. Those horrifying human-like features seem to stare directly into your soul, It's enough to make your skin crawl. With its evil, piercing eyes, a nose, and a mouth that evoke images of a demon-faced dog, or perhaps even a chupacabra, this creature raises a lot of questions. Sure, it could be a case of camera distortion, but come on, look at those eyes. What are your thoughts on this eerie encounter? What do you think this creepy creature could really be? Evidence of extraterrestrial life is all over the internet, with countless reports of alien sightings. Yet, many of them seem fake or poorly rendered. But this one, captured by a homeowner, carries some serious weight. In this video, we witness a homeowner who notices something unusual in the night sky. At first, the camera captures a serene, clear night until the cameraman zooms in on a strip of flickering lights. This dazzling display features different colors flashing and moving in an almost hypnotic manner. It resembles the lights you'd expect to see on the edges of a flying saucer. After just a few seconds, these mysterious lights vanish into the darkness, leaving the viewer in stunned silence as the video comes to an end. The homeowner who uploaded this footage firmly believes it captures a genuine unknown flying object sighting. And honestly, it's hard to come up with another explanation. Some skeptics might say it could be Starlink satellites, but those don't have the colorful flickering lights like this. Whatever it was, one thing is for sure. Aliens definitely know how to create a captivating spacecraft aesthetic. Some people believe that individuals with extraordinary powers exist among us, hiding in plain sight. I never bought into that idea until I watched this video. Did you notice that? This video was uploaded on Facebook by a user who claims to have captured a possible sighting of a firebender. In the footage, it's nighttime, and a small fire is crackling beside a parked car. But that's not the only reason this video is intriguing. If you focus on the fire for a few seconds, you'll notice a figure materializing within the flames. A silhouette that resembles a small boy. As this figure emerges, it walks right out of the fire as if it's just another ordinary day for it. It's absolutely bizarre, and if you're wondering whether this could be some clever editing, think again. The video quality makes it challenging to fake, and that figure blends seamlessly with the surrounding environment. So, if this is real, and it sure seems like it, maybe we should start believing that firebenders really do walk among us. In old folk tales, the concept of mermaids is a vivid one, but many of us envision them as stunning half-human, half-fish creatures, primarily due to their portrayal in movies. However, this real-life discovery might just shock you. This video comes from a group of researchers who unearthed a rare treasure, skeletal remains that appear to resemble a mermaid. As the footage unfolds, we see that the skeleton features a human-like ribcage. But when it comes to the face, things take a terrifying turn. Its visage is humanoid, yet adorned with long, sharp, predator-like teeth that look capable of biting through metal. As the researchers carefully examine the lower part of the skeleton, we're met with a shocking revelation. Its bones resemble a fishtail, but intriguingly, there are also two oddly humanoid feet at the end. The skeleton itself appears to be in remarkable condition and is impressively long. To top it off, spikes protrude from its head, giving the skeleton an even more ferocious and chilling appearance. If this is what mermaids truly look like, I thank the stars they're gone. The concept of tormented souls exists in every culture and religion, but have you ever wondered what they might be like in real life? This video captures a chilling glimpse into that horror. Believe me, what you just watched isn't a scene from a horror movie. It's a real-life encounter. In this eerie footage, we see a dimly lit tomb as the cameraman approaches. He captions that he heard faint noises, which at first he assumed were made by some sort of animal, but as he drew closer to the tomb, he realized the sounds were something far more unsettling. Cries for help. As the cameraman circles the tomb, the cries grow louder, echoing through the darkness. Suddenly, as he turns, he comes face to face with a shadowy figure that sends chills down his spine. Just as quickly as it appears, the figure vanishes, and the video ends after that. This unsettling encounter was filmed in China, and those who've seen it claim it captures the cries of a tormented soul. Given the haunting sounds and the ominous visuals, it's hard to argue with that interpretation. What do you think? Could this really be a glimpse into the other side? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. My friend always asks me why I'm so scared of casually swimming in the sea. Well, the reason is videos like this exist on the internet. This video comes from a worker who filmed what kind of creatures are lurking beneath the sea's surface. In the clip, we see the cameraman tossing something edible, like a piece of fruit, into the water. As soon as he does, thousands of fish swarm the fruit and devour it in the blink of an eye. Then he throws in an apple, a nugget, and other snacks. And every time, these fish appear out of nowhere, munching on the food like apex predators. At the end of the video, the worker tosses in a full bucket of meat waste, and as soon as it hits the water, hundreds of sharks swarm it in an instant. It's genuinely terrifying to think about what might happen if you accidentally fell into that water. I bet your bones would be floating in no time. Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Hiking can be fun until you come face to face with the ultimate terror that nature is. In this video, we can see from the point of a few guys up a mountain slope, looking down at a bear making its way down the path. They are increasingly worried, yelling to get off the trail. We soon can see the three men on the other side of the trail making a run for it. I have to say that in this kind of situation, running is perhaps your worst choice. These killing machines of nature can catch up to you in the blink of an eye. But luckily for them, this bear did not seem in the mood to run, perhaps being already full from another meal. A door swinging open from the wind? That's pretty normal, right? But what if it starts banging in the middle of a hallway with no breeze in sight? Now that's some horror movie level stuff, and this video captures just that. This chilling video comes from Reddit, showcasing the eerie encounter of two night guards in a dimly lit facility hallway. As the cameraman, one of the guards, walks toward the flickering lights, a constant banging sound echoes through the air. The tension builds as they approach the source of the noise, which turns out to be a metal fire hydrant cover box, slamming open and shut as if someone is forcefully manipulating it. Just as the guards get closer, the banging abruptly stops. They investigate the box, only to find nothing amiss. The video ends there, leaving us with a flurry of questions. Some might brush it off as just the wind, but trust me, I've never seen wind cause that kind of violent banging. And why did it suddenly stop? It's enough to make anyone's skin crawl. The internet is filled with countless cryptids, each more terrifying than the last, but one of the most bizarre and malevolent is the skinwalker. This video captures what appears to be a failed transformation of one. Uploaded on YouTube by a user claiming to have caught a skinwalker in action, the video starts with a seemingly normal horse grazing peacefully in a field. But as you look closer, something feels off. The horse's head bears the unmistakable features of a dog, creating a surreal and unsettling hybrid. While the rest of its body is distinctly equine, that canine head sends shivers down your spine. It's a strange sight that resembles one of those bizarre AI-generated prompts that mash up two animals into one nightmarish creation. Yet, the grainy quality of the video adds an unsettling authenticity to it, making you question if this skinwalker just isn't skilled enough to pull off a proper transformation. This encounter leaves us wondering, what else lurks in the shadows, waiting to reveal itself? The debate over whether aliens exist has raged on for years, with compelling evidence on both sides circulating across the internet. One intriguing video that may interest believers comes from a group of friends in Texas.
Oh, what the f*** is that?
It shot a cloud out.
Yeah, it did. It's shooting another one.
I see it. I caught it. I caught it on film.
What on earth is that? This video hails from Kerrville, Texas, where a group of friends spotted a truly bizarre object soaring through the night sky. As we watch, a glowing object darts across the horizon, moving with incredible speed. Its bright luminescence, reminiscent of a star, makes it all the more perplexing. Just when you think things couldn't get any stranger, this mysterious orb ejects a swirling cloud-like formation, which expands gracefully across the sky. Now, I have no idea what this thing could be. Maybe it's some kind of jet breaking the sound barrier, but honestly, I don't think we have any aircraft that shines like that and produces smoke rings. Snakes are already spine-chilling with their unsettling, slithering motions, but imagine one with 4 legs. Yes, legs, that can actually run. It sounds like the stuff of nightmares, doesn't it? Well, believe it or not, this video will show you just that. Yeah, you saw that right. A snake with legs. This bizarre video comes from the Philippines, where a homeowner stumbled upon what looked like a snake with legs chilling in their house. In the footage, you can see this long, snake-like creature just lying on the floor. But here's the twist. It has 4 legs right near its head. It's like someone mashed up a snake and a lizard, and this little guy uses a mix of slithering and running to get around. Creepy, right? But don't freak out and start worrying about sprinting snakes taking over your yard. What you're looking at is actually a species of lizard called the long-tailed grass lizard. Their tails are crazy long, usually more than 3 times the length of their body. Oh, and good news, they're totally harmless. So, if one shows up in your backyard, no need to panic. As much as we're always cautious of land animals, we rarely think about the skies as a threat. But after watching this next video, maybe it's time to start keeping an eye on the skies. Especially if you've got kids around. This intense footage comes from Australia, and let me tell you, it's one of those clips that'll make your heart race. It captures a terrifying moment when an eagle swoops down and attacks a young boy who was hiking with a group on a mountain. In the video, you can see the eagle, wings spread wide, locked into full-on prey mode, charging straight towards something on the ground. When it finally strikes, we get the shock of our lives. It's a little boy from the group. The eagle latches onto the boy's back, attempting to lift him off the ground. Thankfully, the boy was too heavy for the bird to carry, but that didn't stop the eagle from trying. The other hikers immediately panicked and rushed to help the terrified child. And that's where the video ends. It's chilling to think that even a bird, something we usually admire from afar, can become a real threat. So if you're in Australia, you might want to keep a close watch on your little ones. But it seems like even the eagles are getting bold. You never know when driving out at night can turn into a scary experience for you. Something like that happened to the guy in this video who was driving alone when he saw something on the side of the road. It was a woman walking all alone by the side of a remote road with no light. As he stopped to ask if she needs help, she only made a terrifying sound.
Excuse me, you need help?
I have to admire the courage of the man to stop and ask her if she is okay, and to keep his cool even when the encounter turned even creepier. But what was really up with that woman? Was she a ghost or a crazy woman? What do you think? This man took his kids out for a nice day in the woods, but what he did not know was that their day was about to turn from good to worse in a second. As he watches and records his kids playing, he starts noticing something weird. There weren't just his 2 kids, but someone else too. As the creepy short creature with a big head moves towards the children, not just the dad, but the kids also get scared, so they run towards their father who keeps shouting at them. The video lasted for a few seconds, but that must be the most terrifying seconds of the guy's life for sure. Was it an alien? A ghost? For me, it looks like some kind of a prank as well, but still nothing could be said for sure. This video was recorded by a man who kept hearing weird sounds from an abandoned building near to where he lived. So one night, he decided to go check what was happening and see if there was anyone there. But what he did not know was that he was about to witness a very dangerous situation. As he moves towards the building with a flashlight on, a figure appears inside the building behind the wall. What looked like a tall, dark, human-like figure with glowing eyes stared straight at the man. I don't know about you, but at this point, I would close the recording and head back home immediately. But instead, this man followed the figure. Once inside, we can clearly see that there is no one. Where did the figure go? Was it a ghost or just a guy playing pranks on others? Honestly, looking at those scary eyes, it did not look like a normal human being to me. However, the conclusion is still yours to make. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.